Gallimera, Gallimera, Gallimera. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Starting the broadcast this morning from a new location for Mum and Kitten. We've had a bit of a morning this morning. The little one has discovered how to climb out of the box when it's the other way up from in the bedroom. Mum's been a bit stressed because she can't find anywhere for the little one to go where it's going to feel safe. She then went behind the washing machine, wrecking locations to take little baby. But in the end, we managed to move the actual box they normally used, and we stuck it in the lounge, and we cordoned off the location where little mummy is, so that none of the other cats show any interest. And after about an hour or so, eventually little one was worn out with all his exertions of running around all over the place for the proper first time. Mum's calmed down, and she's now using the box now as another little second home. And basically little baby now is now feeding on Mum, and Mum is a bit exhausted as well, and she's lying down as well asleep. So there you go. We're still not sure whether the little kitten is male or female. We've initially called, well, we just call it baby at the moment. We were talking about the name Lilybet if it's a girl. As for a boy, we haven't decided yet whether it's Duke or Ed or something like that, after the Duke of Edinburgh, because that was the day that they were born, as when he passed away. But anyway, bless, some semblance of normality is now in the house. So there you go. Right, so lots of news for you today as well. Just look at the weather outside. It's absolutely fantastic at the moment, absolutely glorious. What a beautiful day. The sun is warm. It's there's no breeze, to be quite honest. And as we look over towards the hills, it looks absolutely fantastic. Clear blue skies, absolutely gorgeous. Just well, there is a bit of a breeze, but it's not cold or anything else like that. So it is looking absolutely brilliant. Thanks to all those people tuning in at the moment, wherever you might be in the world. I'll give a quick wave to Karen Bush and also Laura Grant. I saw a few other people's names there that I recognise just coming up. But anyway, this is looking towards the back of the house at the moment, again towards Laguna and also Kalamaki as well, looking absolutely gorgeous. Looking down towards the town in that direction, it's looking lovely as well, going towards town. And looking towards Sillavi, over the hill and far away is Sillavi, and that is looking absolutely glorious. Jane and I are probably going to go to Sillavi today on our book out on number 6, which is coffee or exercise. So we'll probably be doing the both, and also basically enjoying a nice Sunday. Anyway, let's crack on with the news, because the news is a bit of a mixed bag again today. Some good, a little bit of bad, and a little bit of clarification as well as to what things are going on and what's been happening as well here in Greece. Right, first of all then, today is Sunday, day of rest. It's the 9th of May, it's day 186 of our lockdown. COVID in the last 24 hours. The numbers have been going down. Yesterday, 2,461 new infections across Greece, which was down on the day before where there was 2,691. Grand total at the moment, 358,116 cases since the pandemic started. 4 new cases were identified into checks into the country. That's also down as well. That's down from 7 on the previous report. Now, according to the national stats yesterday, no new cases in Lefkada, no new cases in Kefalonia, 18 new cases in Corfu, and 0 cases recorded here in Zakynthos. Now, the local press are heralding that at the moment. They've not reported any infections in Zakynthos itself, but the national press is also saying the same, and it's probably the first time in a long time where the figures are stacking up from the national stats and also the local stats as well, which is great for us here with the season about to kick off as well. So at the moment, we reckon that for the month of May, we've had 14 positive cases here on the island, which is certainly a lot lower than what we had last month. And Zakynthos, since the beginning of the year, we've had 537 positive cases for that period. Anyway, as for deaths, unfortunately, deaths across Greece are up. We had 63 new deaths reported to you yesterday. And today I can report that there has been 68 new deaths across the country. So that brings the death toll at the moment since the pandemic started to 10,978. The average age of those people, 79 years of age, and 96% of those had underlying health conditions or were over the age of 70. And once again, our condolences to people who have lost family at this time, and friends as well. Moving on to critical cases in hospital. At the moment, critical cases in hospital, they're also down as well. The other day I reported 749 cases. At the moment, it is 737 cases, 457 are male, and 280 of those are female. Once again, just to remind you, 900 is the ceiling set for that, because that's how many beds Greece has to be able to administer people in an ICU of 900 beds. So, so that number is well away from that 900. As for today's news then, the EU signed a contract with the pharmaceutical partnership Pfizer BioNTech to supply the European Union with 1.8 billion vaccine doses to cover its requirements for the period of 2021 to 2023. So it looks like now even the EU are now saying we're in this for the long term, and obviously they are now making provision for that now. Anyway, the Greek government has also confirmed that around 4.5 million citizens have confirmed appointments for COVID-19 vaccinations from today until July, with 2.4 million vaccinations of the first dose and 1.14 million of both doses having been administered so far. So far, everything is looking well in the regards to the vaccination programme. And also what's interesting at the moment, going back to the UK government is to reassess which countries will be on its green list in the first week of June, with travel to any additions coming into force in the second week. Now, interestingly now, the Chief Executive Officer for EasyJet, Johan Lundgren, has weighed in saying that Greece, Spain and their islands should move into the green status in 3 weeks, with the rest of Europe following by summer, as the risk in those nations was very low compared to that in the UK. Now, you might remember yesterday the UK published its green traffic light list of countries in red, amber and green, which designate countries dependent on the government's appraisal of their level of risk from COVID-19. This is not the local government, this is the UK government. Anyway, Greece at the present has been categorised as amber, which means the UK government is advising its citizens not to visit purely for leisure reasons. So you can still come, but not for leisure reasons, all right? Anyway, the amber categorisation requires travellers returning to the UK to adhere to the following measures prior to and on their return. So basically, if you're going to come over, you've obviously got to complete a passenger locator form before returning from COVID-19. Take a COVID-19 test 72 hours prior to your return. Book and pay for a further 2 COVID-19 tests in the UK to be taken on the 2nd day and also on the 8th day after returning. And also, you've got to quarantine at your UK residence for 10 days as well. So as you can see, it isn't easy. It's a faff around. It's a mess about. And we should never have gone on to the amber list right from the start. When you look at Greece having the lowest rate of infection, the lowest death rate, and also one of the highest vaccination numbers across Europe at the moment as well. So everything Greece had done right. No reason why we should have gone onto the amber. But anyway, I still think there's a bit of politics at play here, but we shall wait and see. But now we're looking at, hopefully in 3 weeks' time, there may be a change of opinion. All right. Anyway, it's also been reported in the mainstream media that Greece has reopened its organised beaches on Saturday. I'm not sure about here because Jane and I, we never went to the beach yesterday, but we do plan to go to the beach today. But anyway, the mainstream media has published that Greece's organised beaches has actually been reopened. Obviously, people preparing for tourists to visit the locations. Now, under the current measure, beach managers will have to place umbrellas at least 4 metres apart, carry out regular disinfections and test beach bar employees and other staff for COVID-19. Anyway, just to remind you that tourism accounts for about the fifth of Greece's economy and jobs, and after the worst year on record for the industry, which was last year, the country can ill afford another lost summer. Anyway, also, just in the same vein, Zakynthos is now planning a local beach cleanup of the municipality of Zakynthos' town beaches. That area at the moment has suffered many years with dilapidation, abandonment and devaluation. And at the moment, the deputy mayor plans to basically do some renovation work on the locations at the top end of town, along where the public municipality beaches. There's also plans to paint and redecorate, and also to remove some buildings there that also have become basically an eyesore. And one of those buildings is going to be turned into a public toilet as well, something that Zakynthos really lacks at the moment. So anyway, the councillor said that this area could actually be a jewel for Zakynthos. However, unfortunately, because of years of abandonment, it has basically fallen into disarray and disrepair. And so at the moment, the council, the local municipality, is looking to do some work in those locations just to bring it up and make it look a lot better than what it does at the moment. So again, some moves there in the right direction. Anyway, interestingly then, you might remember the big news story yesterday was about the murder in town in broad daylight of a Zakynthian businessman. That murder investigation now is under full swing. At the moment, authorities have collected, believe it or not, 25 spent casings from an AK-47 at the murder scene. They're also now, police sources are saying that this was a proper professional hit. It seems that the spent cases that were found by the police, they've already released information that says that these casings were actually greased with a chemical, which meant then that DNA from whoever handled those rounds is likely to have been destroyed by the grease on the bullets. Anyway, the killing is seen, as I've said, as a work of professional gunmen. The police are going to have difficulty trying to DNA locate those people that carried out the shooting. However, one good thing was the video cameras directly outside the office where the shooting actually took place. Those cameras were not working. However, other cameras local around that location, the police said that they've been able to track the route that the killers took within Zakynthos town. It must also be remembered as well that the car that they used was found burnt out behind the cemetery in Amber Lockerbie. And not only that, but it seems that there has been reports that a second AK-47 assault rifle was also found inside that burnt out vehicle. At the moment, the police are still investigating how the gunman escaped from the island. There was talk that they may have taken a rubber boat, probably a rib, and basically made their escape off the island. At the moment, the police are working with the port police, whose responsibility is for the port areas where the shooting took place, because technically that was classed as a port location, and also the fact that the gunman had escaped using a boat from one of the ports. So at the moment, it's a very, very intense investigation. There was also been released that the what we would call the regional murder squad for the Ionian Islands, they are now here on the island as well. Brigadier General Anithos Polis Theodis is here at the moment. Now, they were also involved with the murder of Dimis's wife, who was killed last year when the couple was ambushed outside their house, and unfortunately his wife was killed while Dimis escaped. The same police that are involved in that investigation are also involved in the running of this investigation as well. Anyway, it is, to be honest, it has been the talk of the island at the moment. If I hear any more information in regards to that, I will obviously bring that to you as soon as we get it. Anyway, and finally, a little bit of levity after some of the news. About Greek mothers. Yes, everybody knows a Greek mother. Traditionally, they are the backbone of the Greek family. They are the matriarchs of the society. They are the women that have formed and shaped Greece's society as well. But they also have some sayings, and some of the sayings you may have heard the same from your whatever mother you have. But it's quite interestingly, there was a lovely little article in one of the newspapers about 15 sayings of Greek mothers, which kind of sums up what they're about and what they're like, and just the mentality of their sons and daughters as well, who obviously get it from their mothers. All right. Anyway, I'm only going to give you 3 of those because I'm going to save them up because some of them are right gems. So let's look at some of the sayings, and some of them you'll probably recognise. First of all, Greek mother says to the kids, if you do or say this again, I'll have a heart attack. Basically because Greek mothers like to work on guilt. All right. A second one, which I did like, there is no why, it's because I say so. How many mothers, no matter whether you're Greek or English, have said that saying? Because, again, she's right and she's your mother, all right? Well, even if she's wrong, she's right, she's your mother. And the final one, which actually made Jane and I chuckle this morning, number 3, all right, wear a clean pair of underwear. Should you get injured and brought to the hospital, what would the nurses say? Obviously, I think they'd be more interested in the fact that you've been run over, hit or run down, and not really interested in your underwear. However, the Greek mentality of the mother is what happens if one of those nurses happens to be your future wife? There you go. So, but then again, how many times did your mum as a kid tell you to wear clean underwear in case you got run over, all right, and you had to get taken to hospital? But anyway, so there you go. A little bit of light relief there on a beautiful Sunday morning here in Zakynthos. I'm just going to have a quickly flick through. I see a lot of people tuning in at the moment. Pam Stott is watching. Lovely to have you tuning in. Alf Ling is watching as well. Nice to see you. Dave Matthews over there in Oxford tuning in as well. Are you fishing today, sir, or are you staying round your home? Rachel Hanson is also watching as well. Shane Bowen up there on Exmoor is watching as well. Nice to have you tuning in, big fella. Laura Hitchcock, oh, lovely Lauren, sorry, is tuning in as well. Lovely to see you. I hope you're coming back this year. We'll wait and see, my darling. Nice to have you looking in as well. Steve Hinkley, Gallimera, hope you both have a good day. Well, we're looking forward to a good day today. We're going to go up to Sillery. We're going to take a little walk along the beachfront there, see how many bars have decided to reopen and how many bars have reopened anyway, because they're now allowed to, and see just what's going on up there at the moment. It'll be interesting to see what is happening, actually. Julie Mendeldrum is also tuning in as well. Dave Matthews says, good morning, grey, damp, but warmer today. That's the weather in Oxford, I think, there, ladies and gentlemen. Lindsay Lamb is also tuning in from Lagana. Lisa Saunders is also watching as well. Gary Crowder is looking in as well. Nice to see you tuning in from where is it? Essex. Lorna Grant is also saying, morning from a sunny Suffolk. Aha, they have sun in Suffolk. That's good to know. Karen Bush is watching as well. Rachel Hanson says, good morning. Lorna Grant says, is watching. John Clifford says, good morning from sunny Slovenia. Nice to have you tuning in, John. How's the Uzo? Will Bland is also watching in as well. Bless you. Richard Knight is tuning in as well. Nice to see you checking up, Richard. Shane Bowen says, Gallimora Ginge, it's a better day today. Wishing you and Jane a wonderful, relaxing Sunday. Thank you very much for that, Shane. I hope it's going to be a good day for you up there on Exmoor as well. Alan Little Owl, Alan Dutty over there in Scotland is tuning in from Glasgow. Nice to have you looking in, fella. Amanda Gregory is also watching as well. Oh, we should be getting a weather forecast from Amanda. Alf Ling is also says, good morning, Ginge. And Amanda says, good morning, Ginge. Plenty of sunshine and a warm today. Highs of 24 degrees will feel like 29. Enjoy the day. Yeah. Do you know what? We were in Basilikos yesterday. Not down on any of the beaches, but we were just in a little cafe, roadside cafe there. Beautiful place called Sit and Share. Fantastic, lovely people down there. By God, they were busy yesterday, absolutely busy. Nice to see them busy as well, because obviously they've struggled to get through the winter as best they can with stand-up coffees. So it's nice to be able to have a sit-down coffee and some cake yesterday as well. Anyway, Gary Horsfield is watching. David Douglas, he says, morning, made the live broadcast today for a change. I'm so glad you're here live instead of watching it on the repeat on YouTube, which is quite nice, which is great. Margaret Miller is watching as well. Ken Grant is watching. Derek and Bridget Cole over in Cyprus, they're tuning in as well. I hope all is well for you guys over there. Barbara Telfer is watching as well. Ken Grant says, good morning, Ginge, from sunny Suffolk, and not Zante, but a beautiful day here. Oh, bless, another person from Suffolk saying how sunny it is there. Tim Crystal, he says, morning, buddy. My first live Facebook gig is on Saturday the 15th of May. This will be my first since the doctor's telling me not to do anything. Nervous, but looking forward to it. Oh, bless you, fella. Anyway, I'm going to make sure that we can tune in for part of that at least. 15th of May, Elvis is back live. It says back live, broadcasting to the world. Old Tim the King there in Oxford. Anyway, Graham Bint over there in Australia is tuning in as well. Gary Horsfield says, morning, Ginge. Great news round as always, bro. It's looking good for Zakynthos on the COVID cases overall. To be honest, mate, listen, we've been through the mire. We seem to be coming out the other side. All we want is Boris to show some common sense and obviously to put us on the green list. And then everybody is going to be very happy indeed. Oh, and also, I just want the Greek government to ban music in bars, all right? And obviously, live entertainment is banned as well, along with the music, so that all us entertainers, DJs, can also get back to work as well. So we'll wait and see what happens. Billy Hester is watching. Also, Debbie Wolfhamso is watching as well. Julie Allen is watching. Annette Higgett is also watching as well. Andy Johnson is tuning in as well. Nice to have you looking in, Butter. Sue Dickinson is watching. Also, Dino is watching as well. Nice to have you tuning in. I don't know where you are at the moment, Dino. I know you're doing the epic drive from Northern Ireland all the way to here. I'm wondering if you're on an Irish passport or whether you're on a British passport. That's interesting to find out. But anyway, he's trying to get here. Hopefully, mate, the ban will be lifted because I can see you getting here like me, sitting around, twiddling your thumbs, not able to do anything because not only is live music banned, but events are banned. So anybody who's got weddings organised and planned, at the moment, the law is no live organised events, of which weddings fall into that category at the moment. So again, we shall wait and see what happens. Anyway, Gary Butler is also tuning in as well. Pat Patel, good to see you here. Looking in, fella. Ian Wigmore is watching. Nigel Steer is watching. Rob Davis, Raffred Buddy is looking in. They're talking to each other. Morning, Buddy, my first day. Anyway, there's chats going on, which is lovely to see. He says, meant to say ETA's live and kicking 6 p.m. Bless you. That's entertainment tribute artists, ETAs. I've learnt that phrase since getting together there with the lovely Tim Crystal. Anyway, Lisa Jane Baker is watching. Dave Matthews says, no fishing till Wednesday, mate. Got the grandkids for the moment. He'll be teaching them how to fish out of a paddling pool. I wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, Bernard up there in Silverbees tuning in as well. Lovely having you looking in, fella. Also as well, Wendy Norcliffe is watching. Bernard is also saying, good morning, Ginge. Dave Matthews, to let you know it's windy, dull and raining in the Seychelles today. Oh, bless you, fella. Did we find out where the Sandwich Islands are? No, we haven't found out where the Sandwich Islands are. But Jane and I, we went through the list of the countries that are on the UK's green list, and nearly all of them, not accepting British tourists at the moment because the rates have been too bad in the UK. So if you can believe it, even Boris decided that you can go somewhere where you can't go. How mad is that? But anyway, thanks for jogging my memory there, Dave. Gail Teddin is watching as well. Also as well, Shane Bowen says, I'll catch you later on the Soul Cream van. Yeah, just to remind you, the Northern Soul Show is being broadcast today on beatsradio.co.uk. I'll be lurking in the chat room, and that is at, if I remember rightly, that is at 5 o'clock your time in the UK, which is 7 o'clock my time here. I'll be there. I'll be putting up some information on that as well for you to tune into that later on today. So thanks for that little jogger there, Shane. Steve Hinkling says, I've just opened the curtains. The weather looks more hopeful here today. Oh, bless. I'm so pleased. That's Stoke-on-Trent, by the way, where Steve is. Tony Roberts is watching as well. Shane Bowen says, you don't want to say that name when you're tipsy. What, Soul Cream Band? No, you don't. Graham Eagleson, also from beatsradio.co.uk. He's tuning in, Mr. Riggy. Nice to have you looking in, big fella. Bernard Loftus says, happy days to all sunny Zakynthos. Thank you for that, Bernard. And can I also, I forgot to say this at the beginning of my broadcast, but today is Mother's Day in Greece. Yes, it's Happy Mother's Day in Greece. So why not give your mum a ring and say Happy Mother's Day? They'll look a little bit confused, and then you can say, but it is in Greece. So again, I'm going to do that with my mum today. Bernard Loftus says they are near the Marmalade Mountain. I think that's to do with areas that are open or to do with the EU's policy. Anyway, Phil Ellis is watching as well. Dave Matthews says VE Day as well. Is it today VE Day? I thought yesterday was VE Day, but I know, let's call it VE Weekend again. It's VE Weekend. Should be playing a little bit of, what's the name? A bit of Glenn Miller should be played, a little bit of Vera Lynn, and maybe a little bit of, what's his name? The window cleaner guy. George Formby as well. Some great tunes from the 1940s. Anyway, thanks for that, Dave, as well, reminding people it's VE Day. Remember last year doing a VE Day broadcast for the anniversary. Anyway, Joe Teddin is also tuning in. Joe Reddin is tuning in from the Irish Republic. Nice to see you tuning in. He actually says he's not going to get here till September now. I thought he was coming like next week, but no, he's not getting here. What's the policy for Ireland coming to Greece at the moment? Just let us know. Are you on the list? Is your traffic light system put us on the list, has it? I'll be curious to know. Denise Tyndall is watching as well. Julie White, happy Mother's Day to all Greek mums. Bless. Now you can see the reason why I put that in my news. I just totally skipped my mind. Anyway, Steve Simpson is watching as well. And that seems to be about it. Anyway, thank you once again for all those people who've tuned in. I'm going to keep my ear to the ground. Once again, if you can, tune in this afternoon or tonight for my Northern Soul show on beatsradio.co.uk. And we're going to go out today at some point. We're going to take a little trip round to Sillery just to have a look, see how things are going there for the summer, and just to see if any of the beach bars are open. Maybe one or two might be open, but a lot of them now, their heads now really will be at the fact that the Brits aren't coming until June. However, we will get some tourists coming, obviously, in May. Obviously, round about the 17th, we've got some arrivals coming, and the season will be underway. But the main thing, my concern about, is get rid of this ban on music in bars, because that is not going to do us any good. And I've got to say a quick shout out to Martin Holdsworth of Blackpool. He'll probably be in the Northern Soul chat room. Marty the Mod from the old days on 34. Nice to see you, fella. And Karen Greenall says, oh, that would be interesting to hear about Sillery. Yeah, trust me, when Jane and I do our mega walks around Sillery, we go right the way and we walk all the way around the beach, and we go all the way around the streets as well. And we stop on the way, see who's doing work on their buildings, have a little chat, find out what's going on. Maybe we might run into Dennis today as well with Magdalena's. I know there's been a lot of work going on in there at the moment, refurbishing the rooms and stuff like that, and redoing the roof as well. And again, Dennis will have a clear idea as to his plans as to reopening of Magdalena's bar, along with everybody else, and what plans they will have as well. And all we're looking forward to is to seeing that we get the right demographic come that is business sense to reopen at the moment. Anyway, Karen Greenall says, fab, thank you, my darling. I hope that's answered your question, and I'll have those answers for you by tomorrow. Anyway, and lovely Patsy Ann Dobson says, good morning from a dull Margate. Bless you. And Karen Greenall says, TUI are still travelling. We had an email yesterday. I'm pleased about that, but please, err on the side of caution, all right? Just err on the side of caution. They might still be taking bookings. They might still be taking messages until they arrive, because remember, when I was speaking to guys working at the airport, TUI still had not completely confirmed that they were going to be operating from the UK at the end or during May, all right? That had not been 100 fully confirmed. They might be operating there. Bernard, I'll give you a call back, all right? The other thing that to bear in mind as well is that if you do book a holiday, once again, use a credit card, not a debit card. Move your holiday if you have to. Ask for it to be moved. And if they can't move it, then ask for your money back. And please use an ABTA-based holiday company that has ABTA cover and insurance in case anything should happen. And we have a repeat performance of last year. And also remember this, Thomas Cook was still taking bookings for holidays half an hour before they called the bell to say that they were shutting down the business. So just bear that in mind as well. It's all about the movement of cash within a business, all right? So just bear that in mind. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. You have a fantastic time, and I will speak to you later on. Ta-ra.